Hi, welcome to another edition of Seven's Pinball-orama. I'm Seven, and we're back working on Black Knight. Yeah. So, I'm going to explain something going on in the background of this video. There's a racetrack down the hill for me. It's a few miles away, but they're doing some big event there. So every once in a while in the background of this video, you're going to hear right. There's also little prop planes flying around. I don't know if they're doing, if it's related to the track or not, but so also you'll hear my neighbor in the back is working on his carport, and he's putting corrugated tin up for the roof. So every once in a while you're going to hear smash, smash, smash. And then my neighbor over there, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I think he's summoning dark spirits by smashing things on the ground. I have no idea, but over there, you're going to hear. So this is Seven's Pinball-orama with ambient background sound effects. Okay, so the last video, I said I was going to return and I was going to show you putting clear down. I'm not going to do that. I've already done it. I only needed to spray a little bit of clear and do some sanding just to kind of help smooth things out and to give me sort of an easy surface to work on for some of the next stuff I'm going to do. I decided that it would be better to show you how I clear coat an entire playfield rather than just doing sort of this weird, like, you know, you don't need to see it kind of business. So at the end of all of this, when all of this is painted, we'll do an episode on putting down, I'm using a water-based Retheming. It's an outdoor Retheming. It works really well. It takes a little bit of finagling to get it right, but we can cut some corners using it in time and effort. And I've done a few play fields with it, and they're great. So I know people like to, do you hear that? I know some people like to use the auto clear coat, but there's also like environmental problems with doing that. Like I couldn't do it in here. And if you breathe the stuff, your lungs dry out and your eyes pop out of your head. So it's a little bit more dangerous to do it, but the other stuff is a little bit easier. So we'll do a video on that. Also what I did while I took a little month break there from making videos, I've added new elements down here. I sprayed blue and I got rid of my little eagles. I cut out some templates. I sprayed yellow, and then I hand painted in the witch with the carrot on her nose and the metal funnel on her head. And opposite of that is the duck that they weight her against in the movie. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you really got to see the movie and you'll understand. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they came out okay. I also added swallows with coconuts down there, kind of mixed in. I did the same thing. I cut out the template, sprayed the yellow to give my base coat. That's sort of what I did with the butt trumpet guys. But I hand painted the yellow, and I really like actually spraying my yellow background instead of hand painting it. It gives me a smoother finish, and it's an extra step, but going back and repainting is easier because I have a nice smooth surface to paint on. So that's what we're going to do up here. I'm doing my Black Beasts of Rar, and I've photoshopped these two images. They're two different beasts. I was going to make a match, but because these guys match, but whatever. I made them different. So I have cut out my templates already for these. I'm going to put these down, and then I'm actually going to cut out the MagnaSave circle and then whatever this green thing is. And I'm going to spray those green as well, just so they're all uniform color, and I think it'll look better. Also, while I'm spraying the green, I'm going to do this section in here. These were going to be the double shrubbery and triple shrubbery. So I'm going to hand cut out my little shrubbery designs for that. And I'll spray all of that green at once. Then we're going to do some work on the upper playfield. Knights who say knee. So these I'm going to spray in black. I'm going to then, later, I'm going to spray the helmets in a light gray. And his helmet will be light gray. These guys' helmets will be light gray. Then I'm also going to spray, there's going to be shrubbery in front of them. So I'm going to have to spray green up here as well. I thought about doing this black first and then doing all of this green at once, but just to save time cleaning the airbrush, but yeah, whatever. You only live once to spray Knights Who Say Knee. So we'll do that. Oh, the other element that I added when I did these at the same time. Up here, I've added the rabbit of Cantor, whatever it is. So this used to be like this lion dog mammal thing with sharp teeth and pointy claws. And that's kind of how they described the rabbit in the movie. And I was going to put the rabbit in this little kind of cave area because I thought he would look good, but at the same time he'd be a little out of place, and I still had to do something with this element up here. So if you've watched the I Suck at Pinball with Indiana Jones, Jason, he recommended that I turn that to the rabbit, so I did, and I'm pretty happy with the design. I think it fits. So yeah, that's where we are. So this is going to take a couple of days to do. So there'll be a lot of kind of editing in between there. So if you notice that my head gets shaved or my beard grows out between cuts, continuity is not a big deal. And maybe the next ones won't have like race cars in the background. Anyway, yep. So that's where we are. So let's start with spraying some green. Okay, so I was gonna film me putting these little pre-cut out templates down. But I ended up turning the cameras off because it involved a lot of swearing, especially this one. I had cut them out, but they weren't quite matching, and then it was just a lot of finagling and wrestling with it. So I just turned off the camera and did it, and was able to swear. I have an aw crap moment. I pulled up some clear down here. Not a big deal, but aw crap. Oh yeah, I have another aw crap moment. I had sprayed this yellow down along here. And then as I was working, I went through and I kind of touched up some little areas that needed some little bit of a touch up on the spray. And when I got the clear down and sanded, I didn't notice it before, but when I got the clear down and sanded it all down, the stuff that I touched up is actually a little bit lighter than what I sprayed. And I'm not really sure how that happened. I'm using the colors direct from the can because it was close enough. So maybe the stuff that I sprayed had a little bit of little touch of overspray from the orange that I sprayed. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to fix that. So, crap. I think what I'm gonna do is when I spray my sword, I don't mind losing a little bit of white that I've already painted because there's not a lot of it. Didn't take very long. So what I might do is I might do like a second yellow section. So there'll be a brighter yellow next to the sword. And then as it moves closer to the orange, it's a little bit darker. I think that that's probably the best way to recover from this without redoing all of these dots and all of this nonsense, is I'll just sort of add to it, make it look intentional, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, 2 more aw craps. Okay, so these are down. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with these shrubs. Trying to be very careful doing this because I want my circle to be a circle and not sort of a random shaped blob. Alright, let's see if I can take this up without taking up clear. I'd actually sprayed a little bit more clear over the MagnaSave area because I really needed to smooth that out. Ah, perfect, no clear. This is where it came up, was right over here, and I think it's just a very, very super, super thin film of what came up, and I think it's because I didn't really sand that area before I sprayed my clear, and it was also super, super light right there because I didn't need to build it up very much, so that's probably why it came up. This one's pretty good. Perfect. All right, so I'll cut this side out and we'll come back and spray green. Okay, everything is down, ready to go, ready to be sprayed. I've mixed some green. We're good to go. I'm gonna have an aw crap moment, I just know it, because this clear that I said had come up and lifted a little bit, when I cut out this, it all kind of came up. So I think a lot of this area over down in here, I'm gonna have to peel all that up just so that doesn't cause problems in the future. I do think that I'm gonna get a little green bleeding underneath here because it's not sticking to anything. And, but I'll just spray it light and we'll be careful. Over here, all of the clear seems okay. It all stayed put. So this is definitely a reason why you need to sand really well before you put your clear down, because it didn't have anything to grip to. I didn't sand it enough. And this paint that I've got down is super slick and shiny, and the clear just sat there and now it's coming up. So I'll probably have to kind of go through this whole area. I'll have to go through the whole playfield where I sprayed clear and just make sure it's adhering before I go forward. I don't know if once I spray the final clear, I suppose if it's going to separate, it would still lift up and separate, so it might be a problem. But we'll come to that bridge when we come to it. I'm going to spray this very, very light again because I don't want it to seep under my frisk. Lots of light dry coats, especially in this area. Okay, my black is still a little wet to try this, but this is, yeah, I think it's probably okay. Let's peel it back and see what it looks like. The big question is, am I going to be able to do this without taking up any more of that weird clear coat? Some came up right there. Tweezers. Yeah, probably okay. Lines are crisp. That's good. Let's go over here. All right, this might be a mess. Nope. Guess what? This is clear. That's my clear coat. Damn it. Well, crap. I'm gonna have to redo that one. Ah, crap. That's okay. This is my clear coat. Okay, so that sets me back. I'll have to tinker with this a little bit.